One thing is for sure, this when I was reading this article, it also talk about why men should also participate in the women's right as well, because it's not only about women, but it's about sharing general awareness to bring forth the attention. Not just it's about women, but it's about the global community, men and women, to actually shed light in this situation or this day that is specifically for women to talk about women issues. And yes, women do have specific issues that are specifically that they are dealing with specifically, or and that's okay. But I want to understand, don't women have it all already? What right do women don't have, or what is missing? We have but wrong. What do you mean? Or or you can answer this: what right do men have which women don't? We can look at it from this standpoint. So let me see. A lot of doctors. I think I answered this. Wait, why is my chat not moving? Wait, hold on, y'all. Let me see. Um, in the US, we have all the rights except for abortion. Men have to have no say if women abort his baby. So I would say in that situation, Holly, yeah, men is the one who's suffering or who doesn't have rights to choose because it's women's body, right? But at the end of the day, if they don't have the right to give the consent whether they want it or not or wanted to participate. But some people will be like, okay, well, if they don't want to participate, then they should find out. They shouldn't be dating, they shouldn't be spreading their seeds everywhere, or they shouldn't be sexually or intimately active. But it's like, okay, it takes two to tango. But yeah, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Yana.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, I think I want to say something.
Sure.
I think, yes, we have a right, but they give us too much a right, and then the rules change. You get what I mean?
Are you saying that they gave women too much rights?
Then, because the like freedom, I don't believe there's freedom and the stuff. Because now, positive, what I'm experiencing as well is like the woman like now is like working like a man. So I don't know how to explain exactly. Like I don't believe like okay, women should work the same as a man. You know what I mean? Everyone has his rule. The woman she has her rule, and the man have his rule. And also, like, I don't believe, like, okay, let do 50-50. For me, I prefer, like, okay, if I have a work, I'm working. But I would like to work less and be at my home, take care of my man or my children. Not like I'm like a man. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. So you want to be basically to have the option to choose how you want it to be.
Yes, like yeah,
Yeah.
it's like okay, we need freedom and there's too much this stuff, so we see ourselves like just work and like we doing like the rule of man and woman, and we lost our femininity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. So basically, because when it comes to, there are specific, our body or our lives, we are all human beings, but there are specific things that we can do that others we cannot do, or that we are more inclined to do. Let's say, for example, when it comes to, my mother is the only one that could have been able to carry me. My father couldn't. That's one thing for sure. And
Yes,
and
exactly. Yeah.
and when it comes to working, my mom could work as well, but my father is more capable of maintaining it, and basically that's his domain to be expected. You understand? And
Yeah.
so it's like, when it comes to some parts of women's right, they take away that option for women to say, okay, well, I want to work, but sometimes I want to be able to take care of my family. Sometimes I want to be able to, you know, rely on my femininity, or just basically give you options. But it's like they're trying to put it like, okay, all of us do the same thing. Men and women, we are no different. We just do the same things. Work.
Yeah, like similar that that there's no difference. You get
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
So
know.
we losing the stuff, and I see like a lot of single women. She's carrying her kids by her own. You know what I mean? And doing the rule like dad and the mom. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. So in that case, so you're saying that sometimes it seems like for certain situation that women are fighting for their rights, but it becomes to a situation where and it's not benefiting women in general. It's like the end goal would be to help, but the end goal could also create a certain new expectation that some women don't want to be part of. Is that what you mean, Yana?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
yeah. Because sometimes you don't feel like going to work. Sometimes you just wanna, you would expect your man or want your man to be the one to be financially
Yeah, so
supporting.
what is meant for me uh, to be the provider and protector? But
Yeah.
if I do this by myself, so what the point having a man? You get what I mean? So that's
Sure.
why I think lots of, I don't know, uh, a man he don't want to give, a woman she don't want to access as well, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest.
I see. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. So, okay, in that sense, yeah. Because
Or maybe because I come from, okay, I grew up in, another
culture.
culture or stuff like that. So
Yeah.
maybe it's for that. I don't know. But to be honest, I'm not happy because, like a woman, we want freedom and independence. Is sometimes it's too much responsibility for women.
Okay.
And like we find yourself, you have two responsibility. Like you have to work outside and inside.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like asking asking for the right to do more work.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but at this point, I mean, you can, I don't know, it's like you can find is it difficult to find a man that understand, okay, well, you want the option to also
Well,
be able.
in my situations, I can't be with like a man. He can say, okay, let's do 50-50. You know what I mean? I'm not kind of this woman. I know what I'm gonna give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I understand what you mean. I understand. Okay, let me check. The abortion law is not only covering abortion when the baby is alive, but also death. What do you mean by that? Some women bleed to death. You can stick around, Janat. We can answer these questions together. Some women bleed to death because the blood says they are still pregnant even though is dead. Okay, what do you mean? Okay, I understand you said that twice, Nadia, but what do you mean? Who's bleeding to death? That's a possibility, but how is that connecting to, you talking about, or connecting to abortion rights? Oh, Janet, what do you feel about abortion rights? Like, what are your thoughts about abortion rights?
In some situation, yes, but in others, no.
Okay. Okay, so can you give me some of the situations that you would say yes?
Like it's some situation like rape and stuff like that, so I'm agree.
Yeah.
But other situation like, okay, I don't, we have to be responsible when you are in a relationship. You know what I mean? You have to be careful.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because some situation, first thing first, it's like some situation, yes, it is. I mean, at the end of the day, for me, the way I feel, women should be able to do whatever they want with their body. and at the same time to allow to let not to allow but to know that I'm gonna also do what I want in terms of she can do what I want, what she wants, and I can do what I want. So basically, it's like sometimes there are certain situations that just that puts an expectation or unwritten expectation, more of a unwritten expectation on men. Because let's say, for example, and the abortion part, yes, I'm okay with that. You can do it, but at the same time, what I find is unfair is that sometimes some men don't have the options to say or to participate. They are just a pocketbook. They are just a wallet, and even if they want to participate in the kid's life and they can't, that's really suck. That's really not good. But when it comes to abortion, if it's like in terms of someone being taken without their will, or they are in certain situation, it could be that the woman is carrying a baby that is probably defected or whatever, but in very extreme situations. But in a normal situation where there's two loving couples, then that's like
Yes.
that's like tricky. It turns that's really it's
Well,
like
in America, there's a little bit more of a deeper problem than that.
what.
Is that I don't condone abortion. I think that it's obviously a private choice, but it is also, I think that people have to understand that life is sacred. You know, you just don't get rid of a baby by convenience.
Convenient.
There must be a reason. Oh, no, not, I have four, but I don't want to have the fifth one. There's not exactly a reason. But the problem that there is in the United States is that the abortion law tells um, tells a doctor that in order for them to do anything on a woman, they have to make sure that the blood level is not showing that she's pregnant anymore. So what happens is some women have miscarriages and they're bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and there's no way for them to get a DNC to get cleaned out and get rid of the of whatever's left. And it causes infection and it causes women to die because of it. Look, the problem is that the lawmakers are not doctors. So they
Yeah.
make all those rules about what needs to happen. But abortion has multifacets, if you know what I mean. And that causes a lot of problem here.
What sort of okay, all right, let's address the first issue when women bleed out and some of them who are unalive. Let's talk about that. Is it more of a professional practice issue that the doctors are not going as far to check their blood level or to make sure that they don't have this condition, or do it's like the procedural issue? What's the issue? What's causing this problem?
The miscarriage?
Yeah, the one you've been saying in the chat about abortion when the baby is alive, but also
Yes. So the
a
baby is
miscarriage.
dead inside. They go for an exam. They find out the baby is dead inside, or they're experiencing a partial miscarriage at home, and they go to the emergency room, and the doctors cannot do anything until their blood level shows that they're no longer pregnant. So they have to go home and wait until the body expels the rest. And it can take days. It depends on, the body of a person can take a day or two, but in the meanwhile, that person is bleeding to death, and the medicine that you can give someone to stop the bleeding, coagulant, you can't give coagulants to a woman that's pregnant. So they can't do anything. And so there has been instances where the woman has bled to death or was victim of infection because of that.
Okay. I mean, what can be done about this situation, this problem?
The law needs to be changed.
Into what exactly?
Well, there's two things. Or they decide
that there are certain circumstances where people can get abortions and some that they cannot, or they delete that law altogether. But the lawmakers have not thought of all the things that can happen by putting this law in practice. And so doctors are extremely frustrated. And I had talked to doctors that I found out by doctors. I was at the emergency room and they were talking about it. And they were very frustrated because of it.
Okay.
And they were the one that says that the problem is the lawmakers are not doctors. They don't know what can happen and why that would stop to get something else done to a person because of that reason.
Okay, I understand. I mean, in that situation, and I do get it, it's not all countries, not all countries are for abortion. Some of them have anti-abortion, but some countries, yeah, are still back in the past, and yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yes.
And yeah, in that sense, I understand. I understand what you're saying is that the law need to catch up to different nuances that can take place that can put some women's life into jeopardy. So to basically to catch up with what's the reality of life for some people.
Because what is not mentioned is that a woman in her lifetime experience 1 to 2 miscarriages with other children that she has. So I mean that's something that's kind of important to address.
Okay. Okay. All right. So no, I don't think women all have their rights. Okay, what right? Okay, so sunflower, what rights do women don't have? What right would you say women don't have? Okay, I mean the abortion part is one big one. Okay, so in this article I was checking out, it's because again in the Netherlands today there was a big march in Amsterdam for women's right, and this is the day. Well, it's supposed to be the month lawful or well, you can go wherever that you let's start lawful and then societal or socially. Are you doing funny memes? So it says, question y'all, should women's day should it be a month? I think it's already a month because there was one of the opinion that it should be a month instead of a day, like basically try to make women's right just like well, it's not really a month that is celebrated when it comes to how you call it. February is Black History Month. It's not really celebrated, so they're trying to say, okay, should black women's right be a whole month instead of one day? When I look at it, when I search it up, I found that women's right is already a month, but I don't know what exactly that they're trying to, what is their true intention. But I really want to know again because some men this is not only about women, because some men need to be aware of the situation, that the type of rights that women are looking for, basically to understand the women the situation from a woman's standpoint, because I think it's very important. So it's not only about women, but it's also about just society in general, because if women are suffering with certain situation, the men automatically suffers as well, because we have mothers, sisters, and women in our lives to be. That's it. So I find that it's a global, it's a societal situation that we all need to address, and to bring awareness to men, so we can have some sort of sensitivity. Women don't know what they want. They want to be taken care, but they want to be equal. Okay, that part, Nadia, is confusing. That part is very confusing. It's when they say when our that part is, yeah, when they say that they want it all, they want this, but at the same time it's like, I think it's almost like they want some men to be tiptoeing or just tip tap dancing It's quite confusing sometimes. Guys, let's like up everybody. Let's tap the screen. And that's why a lot of men are tapping out of the dating market, because it's confusing sometimes that women, some days they want this, other days they want that. Like, okay, we do understand emotions. I mean, you can want different things at different times, but for us men, as men, we want to have some form of solid ground. Like, that part can be confusing when women keep shifting, and then get, yeah, look at men as being the bad guy, but then keep changing their minds. We're not saying that you cannot change your mind, but at least don't project it on us if we are not catching up. Hear me out. They could have less though, and we have the power to make that happen. Okay, Damas, surely, but we don't want to do that. Come on. What about think about your mom, think about your, the women that are in your life. So
Good evening.
good evening, Miss. I find
Miss Sandra.
it's necessary to look at this situation. How you doing, Miss?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy Women's Day.
Oh, thank you very much.
Although I think that I'm assuming, I give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming that you will forget when it's Men's Day, so you wouldn't wish it
I'll
to me.
never forget when it's Men's Day. I've
Yeah.
got brothers, I've got a father.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do men even have a day?
Oh, okay. You see?
I mean, there's Father's Day.
Nah, there's also Men's Month, which is supposed to be
Yeah,
in
you're right.
November.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah, you should
brothers,
find
I've got
out.
that,
You
yeah.
should find out. Guys, all the men inside here who's listening to me, the reason why a lot of the time we on our day, Father's Day or Men's Day is not looked at as being important is because we don't talk about it. We just expect it to just happen. But you see, women are speaking out. As men, we have to learn to speak out as well, so we can be important as well. So, Miss, I'm gonna remind you. Hopefully we
I won't forget. Don't worry. I've
yeah.
got you.
If you forget, I'm gonna
have
remind you
got
too.
you. I would not forget.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay then. How you been?
I'm good. So, women's rights, is this like in legal or like just like women's right,
Just like women's right.
Uh,
When you
okay.
okay. Yeah. I mean, today is International Women's Day, or just Women's Day. It's the entire month. It's supposed to be Women's Month, Women's
The whole
Rights
month,
Month.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's a
Of
day.
March but it's the 9th today, so it's not the whole month technically, is it?
Yeah, they tried to make it the whole month, but today is the day that is celebrated, that to bring awareness of it. The issues that women
Sounds
specifically.
right.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that? Like, what rights do women don't have, or what is missing? What rights?
I feel like women have all the rights, but they just don't know how to use it sometimes.
Do you have an example?
Do I have an example?
Do you?
Do I? Wait, let me think of one.
Yeah. Do you now?
I'm thinking of one. For example, so yeah, I feel like women have all the rights, just don't know how to use it. Yeah, if I'm standing in a queue in a shop and it's really busy, if I've got men in front of me, they have to let me go before them because I'm a woman, and that's my right as a woman to not be standing at the back of the queue.
Is that a right though, or is it a
That's my right.
That's a courtesy.
That's my right.
That's yeah, that's a courtesy. If you're standing in the line and it's just like, yeah, it's
I'm
just,
a woman. I shouldn't be standing for too long, so you have to let me go in front of you.
but that's like, how you call that? It's a courtesy, but there's a specific word for chauvinism. That's been chivalrous, but again, even when it comes to that, Nadia, even for some time when it comes to chivalrism, some women like certain things about it, some women don't like certain things about it. It's kind of confusing. Where does what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing to do? It's a confusing time. Yeah. So okay, but you say women have all the rights.
Women have lots of rights, and so do men as well. But a lot of people just don't know how to use their rights.
Okay. Okay, so is there a right that men have which women don't? I can think of one.
Are you talking about like in the Western or in different countries?
We're talking about the Western countries because this is where,
In the
yeah.
Western, I feel like they all have the same rights, to be honest.
Okay. So, I mean, okay, I understand. Yeah. Even when it comes to one, what are your thoughts about that? How you feel about that, uh, Miss? In some situation, women have more rights than men, to be honest. Wouldn't you
Give an
agree?
example.
Let's say, for example, when it comes to abortion, a woman can choose whether she wants to keep the baby or not. Yes, like divorce. Yeah, divorce is another one. Because if a woman divorces a man, she a lot of different times she gets something that she didn't that she's entitled to basically. And
Okay,
it's in
but don't men have the same rights as well? If a man and a woman are married and they get divorced, they both get,
yeah, but the thing is at the end, yeah, that's some situations, some rare
it's
situations.
always 50-50 when it comes to marriage and divorce, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It's always 50-50, but the expectation that a woman wants a man that's basically have more than her is she don't it's that's where a woman don't want to date a brokey, a guy that is not financially stable, or most likely she wants a man who has potential.
Because the man it's because men are the providers, isn't it? So,
Yeah, but
because the woman who's gonna be having the kids, taking care of the kids and the home.
yeah, but that's assuming that they're gonna have kids. What if they don't have kids still? No, not in the US. Certain state men have to compensate if she earns less. Not really. A lot of states men have to compensate. All right. So, okay. I mean, at this point, I really want to know what women are missing, to be honest, because even when I was reading this article, it was showing that it's something that women are fighting for. But even when it comes to domestic violence, that's there's a lot of talk about domestic violence. And I'm looking at the sign here. It says, it's written in Dutch. It says, to not touch women, and it's not nice to basically hate women. And of course, I agree with that. But at the same time, while I was looking at the information, I'm like, okay, it may seem that they are speaking to men, but they are speaking to people in general. Because did you guys know, if a lot of the time when it comes to domestic violence, we automatically think that it goes one way, that men are beating on or being abusive towards women. But when you really look at the facts, is that if that was the case, how come in LGBT relationships there are still violence? You understand what I mean, Miss?
To be honest, I'm listening, but it's a bit confusing.
Okay, what part you don't understand? Should I go over it? We're talking about DV, domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, when you think about domestic violence, you think about a lot of the time, some people, maybe not you, some people would think automatically, thank you, I appreciate it. Their thoughts will be that men are hating on women. The men are the ones causing the domestic violence. I don't know. How do you see it when you think about domestic violence? What are your thoughts about it?
I don't know, but obviously when you read things and you see things, it's always your eyes, always like the men who are, But I don't know because I've never experienced anything like that, so I don't know. All of the stories I hear is about men putting their hands on women,
Yeah.
but you hardly hear a woman
Okay.
being, towards a man. So
True. And that's granted. That's the information that we hear. But the thing is, what are the information? What is actually what the data is saying? Because if that was the case, how come, this is about women's right, meaning we have to look at we have to try to not make it specifically. We have to basically be honest. That's the bottom line. Yeah, we have to be honest so we can know, okay, what's true, what the problems are, so we can know how to address them in a serious note. No, women still treated as second-class citizen. Government want to rule on their body and pregnant. What are you talking about, Jose? Which country are you from? It depends, because I mean, I really want to know which country you're from. Okay, so when it comes to DV, domestic violence, did you know that in lesbian couples, so meaning women and women, the percentage of domestic violence tend to be 43.8%?
43.8%.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting, because women will fight women, isn't it?
Yes.
But they won't go and fight a man.
And when it comes to men, it's 35. When it comes to gay men, it's 26%. Men and men. Okay, if we even look at lesbian women in comparison to just men and a woman being in a relationship, did you know that the domestic violence is around 35% that has happened? So meaning that women are beating on each other more. Yeah.
Girls like to fight each other, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah, y'all. I was like, when I was looking for this, I couldn't believe it, but I'm like, emotional. What do you mean? Yeah, that's what it's saying. Even bisexual women experience, when it comes to rape or physical violence, is 61.1%.
It's crazy. I've never laid hand on anyone. Nobody has
How you doing?
ever laid their hand on me. Thank God I'm not about that life.
How you doing, mine? Yeah, exactly. So it's
That is
crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy though, because I was taught to think that women are sugar and spice and everything nice, but apparently they also hate.
Cat fight.
Can't fight, still fight. Yeah, so even when it comes to men, the men fight amongst themselves even less than women do. Oh my God, that was crazy. Okay, I love God and I praise Him on Sunday too. Okay, yeah, Sunflower, yeah, me too. That is confusing. Okay, what did I miss? Okay, the chat need to catch up. Let me see. The police has tendency to not believe women because of crazy women play victim. Yeah, I think, okay. Oh, you mean women and women or women and men? Because, but okay. There are a lot of the time when it comes to stereotypes, stereotypes is built sometimes on some things. And I'm not saying women and men. Actually, they tend to not believe men most of all, because there's something that says believe women. I volunteer in a shelter. Okay. Are you doing burr? It's small category percentage though compared to heterosexual. Actually no, because even look, new so new. I gave the statistics based on heterosexual and I think at the bottom line is whichever one is the most is still that women are the domestic violence is being done to women. I mean, I'm not trying to pay attention. I mean, it's we can do that, focus on where this hate is coming from or where this violence is coming from, but at the end of the day, it's still happening, right? But what the statistic is saying is that women tend to do it amongst themselves most. Anyway, we
Interesting.
yes, we have it all. Oh, guys, oh, how you doing, sister? Okay, all right. So we have so sister. Then what right do men have that women don't? That's the question. What right do women have that women don't? And yeah, that's what I'm trying to hear. Is there any rights that you would like to have additionally, miss?
No, because we have, like I said, we have all the rights, like
Okay.
extra rights, yeah?
Yeah, extra rights.
Extra rights. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
See, don't
I love extra rights.
Just a funny question.
women can hate men and men can't hate women. Don't that part is yeah. How you doing, sister?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing good.
I'm a live stream because you know Ramadan is it's so tight.
Yeah.
But inshallah, after Ramadan will be consistent.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, habibi.
Inshallah.
How are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Haya.
Salam, Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem. He asked
Are you
what
getting ready
rights.
for the last 10 days?
Sorry?
I said, are you prepared for the last 10 days?
Mentally, yes. Physically, no.
Mela, make it easy.
Thank you for you too. So Super Life is asking, yeah, what extra rights would we want to have as women that men can't have?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm
I
thinking.
don't know of one. Do you have any?
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I think I might
Yeah.
have a few, you know.
Okay.
Few.
A few.
Hear them.
Yeah, I wanna hear them for
That
real.
men can't say no to women.
Okay. Really? No, no.
Yes.
I mean, how is that? So, which mean
Not to
okay.
any woman. So a husband or a partner cannot say no to his partner or his wife.
Okay, so granted, is it gonna be bra? Funny memes. Let's hear this. So is it gonna be that the woman cannot say no to her husband too?
No, this is the you asked me.
Oh
what
yeah,
rights
oh
do we want to have that you guys can't have? Yeah.
okay.
So if I tell you stand up, you can't say no. If I
Yeah.
tell you stand up, you cannot say no. You say yes, I will stand up.
If you
If
tell
I tell
me
you sit down, you'll sit down.
if you tell me put my hands like this, I should put my hands like this. If you tell me
If I tell you
bark,
sit just still for 25 minutes, you'll sit just still for 25 minutes.
okay. But why would you want that type of right though?
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Okay,
I'm just saying, like,
okay.
rights that women can ask their husband and partners for anything they want, and their partner or husband cannot say no to them.
Okay, like that. I get
Do
it.
you think we can have that right?
Well, I don't think that's actually possible for me, but I don't know. I mean, if you will do that right with what? No, it's not. Yeah, it's not gonna be possible for me, miss. I mean, like it's almost like saying it's like the man not gonna have his autonomy. It's like so is it gonna be and then afterwards there's gonna have man emancipation. Men's gonna fight for their rights just like women are fighting for their rights. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
the
I think we reached the point that men should fight to get their rights back.
yeah.
What rights? We've not taken any rights from them, sister.
Yeah, because you know, like women sometimes we are complicated.
Oh no, we're not complicated. We are not complicated.
Want more.
We are
For
not
me, I think women have everything. They have more than what they ask for. So
No, that's not true. We have everything, and so do men. Men have everything as well.
yeah, men.
Oh, let's hear. Okay, Miss. I wanna hear her, Miss. Go ahead, sister. Go on.
Me personally, I don't think there is more that we will ask for. We have more than what. But I don't know this women right thing. I don't know whether it's based on the walking aspect or I don't know what really women are crying for. But I think we have everything now.
Okay.
We have everything, and I think we have everything to the extent that we want to strip now the men's right and take that too.
Yes, please.
I don't want to. Which I don't want. I don't
No,
want.
you can't say that. You have to take it all. We need it.
No,
They
no.
don't need no
I
rights.
don't.
They don't need no rights. What rights do they
Of
need?
course they do. See, of
No,
course they do.
sister.
We don't
Men,
need-
Sister.
take all the rights you have.
No, they don't need any rights.
So what do
They need to
we?
be controlled. That's all. They don't need any rights.
Why do
You
you
have to tell them.
why do you feel like that though, man? Yeah. Why do we need to be controlled like
Because
robots?
we need to boss them around. We need to tell them what to do.
Why?
You know, we need to have their rights.
Oh,
And
okay.
only if they're being good, then we give them one right back, one at a time.
Like
What if we are not being good?
Well, it's okay, we're women.
Oh no, 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 no,
It's
no, no. I'm the only one. I said no.
so it's okay. Yeah. So basically, when it comes to not being good, that's not in the women's vocabulary.
Right, but we're women, yeah. We have hormones, we have periods, we get pregnant.
Yeah, and that's
So
the reason. Says that's the reason. Says men
That's
should
the
have their rights, all of it, so that they can they can control our.
okay, we give them a little bit then. We should give them just half, okay, and we keep the rest.
What about 3/4?
Drink water.
No, 3/4, not half, but more like
Oh, I thought you
70.
said drink water.
No, 75%. Like
No,
you're
we
right.
give you half for now, and let's see how you
Yeah,
behave.
I agree with that. Men should have 75%. It's fine with me.
70,
Yeah.
that's a lot for men.
Yeah. Why not?
If they are really like willing to work on it and have the right and get use and make good use of it, they can have 90 if they want.
Let's
Yeah.
give them 42.5% there.
Yeah, but when men really love you and he really wants the best for you, I mean, all the rights still come back to you, and on end of the day, he's still working for you.
I want to argue on that one then.
Yeah.
You can have all your rights back. And then
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
keep it. I don't want it.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So should Women's Day be Women's Month? It's because they also arguing, it's happening here in the Netherlands. They also arguing that the day is too short. They want the month. And I'm like, okay, I mean,
Can I ask you a question? Can you like elaborate on that for me more?
what do you mean?
This Women's Day thing, like, okay, can someone
Women's,
explain
yeah.
it to me?
Yeah, it's a day that women is to bring awareness that, back in the days, long time ago, not my culture, the Western culture, women were not allowed to vote, to drive, to do certain things, to work in male space, to do a lot of different things. And they were supposed to be, to be traditional, meaning stay in the home, to be homemakers. So now with women rights, they are given the same right as to perform the same ways as men do, to be able to vote and to be able to do whatever they want with their bodies and to do a lot of things. Yeah. So
Does that help society or
it has.
I want to say something?
Go on.
Say whatever you want, sister.
Yeah, you can speak your
No, does
mind.
that help us all, or like does it help? Does it help the society?
You asking
Does
me?
it? Yeah, I'm asking.
Well, it helps society because some women are happy about that, the fact that they have their rights, but also it's breaking down society on the other
Not
hand.
too much, right? Like too
Yeah.
much of it.
No, sister, that's not too much rights.
Why not? Why?
We're just on the same level as men, basically.
So equality, basically.
Yeah. So I don't think a whole month just for women to go around and say Happy International Women's Day today. One day is more than enough, It's already doing my head in, to be honest. Like a whole
Do
month
we
for
have
that.
Men's Day? Do we have
Yeah,
Men's
one
Day?
day is more than enough. Why
Yeah.
a whole month?
Yeah, they have Men's Day, but the thing is, some people don't really care about it, to be honest. Just like just like a lot of the time, Mother's Day is more, I'm not saying it's not important, but it's just like, I mean, the fact of the matter is, you're the second person who asked about Men's Day, because then I don't know. Have you ever heard about the men's,
I've never
right?
heard of it because
Okay.
if there's a woman there, there should be a Men's Day. So
Yeah, there
that's
is.
why I'm asking.
At the end of,
Fighting for men's right, sister.
No, I'm not.
yeah,
No, I'm not fighting for it because I don't know. I just want to be fair.
yeah, true.
Because based on humanity level, I think we should all be treated equally. So I just want to know if there's Men's Day because I don't know. I feel like it should be both sides.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it needs to.
I had a Father's Day because where I'm from, we don't have all that. Honestly, yeah, like you said before, women are not allowed to drive or all those stuff. That is helping.
Yeah,
Because now women are feeling to be more independent, taking care of themselves. That is good. That is really good. I'm not against that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
what about the men part?
yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I'm asking.
Yeah, the main part, our day is supposed to be all the way at the end of the month, because Yeah, that's what happens. But
The end of the month.
yeah, I mean the end of the year. Sorry, November.
Yeah. November. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah. So, so I'm gonna remind you guys if God spare life, I'm gonna remind you guys so we can celebrate it as well. So we can talk about the things that are affecting women. Just like this is for me to understand what are the things that are affecting women, at least for today, but also during the month. Okay, we have Chrislyn. Chrislyn Rose, how you doing?
Very well, and yourself?
I'm good, good.
Yes, I have a question for you. If you claim that women have the same rights as men, then why is it here in America, where women are most liberated or have the most rights, are literally dying as we speak in Texas because men have made the rule that they're not allowed to get abortions? Why is it all men making rules and laws on women's bodies, and women are being put into the grave today? I am a mortician, so yes, I know very well much about life and death. And there's a woman today that's being buried because a group of men have made that rule for a woman's body. Can you please explain that to me?
There's no way to explain it. One thing is for sure, I don't live in that area, so um what do you see? Because Nadia was talking about something as similar to that, but again, on in Texas, you said, right? Aren't there enough women,
Yes.
on the women trying to get into office as well to fight for these issues that are specific to women? Don't they have like representative?
I don't know of any. I don't know of any women on the council in America making rules and laws regarding women's bodies. They
They
might
don't?
be working as a politician or something, but they are not on the level as all the men are who actually make the laws effective. No, there's not a single woman sitting at the table as we speak who actually puts those laws into order.
Okay.
Sorry,
What?
sis, can I just ask you a question? Is there any reason for the abortion?
There's several reasons why women get abortions. There's several reasons, but it's the fact of the matter that it's all males who are making the rules and the laws dictating whether a woman can have one or not. It's besides the point why she's getting one. It's the fact that a man and a group of men at that
Okay.
have created a law that denies her access to one regardless of the reasoning behind it.
So it's because you basically don't like the fact that it's men who makes this law for women. Is
It's
that
not
what?
what I like, sir. It's a fact. I'm
Okay.
talking about facts. I'm not talking about my feelings. I'm not
Okay.
talking about my opinions. The fact of the matter is, here in America today in 2026, a group of males have made it into law that they control what happens to a woman's body. That is a fact, not a
Okay.
feeling. I'm not talking about my feelings here.
You made that very clear.
Sorry,
No, hold on.
So
No,
strive
wait.
to be in those positions,
Hold on, sister. Hold on, sister.
make decisions.
Can you answer the question? Ask the question again, sister. Yeah, go on. Oh,
No, it's not a single.
About the resting thing, I'm just asking
mhm.
those men in power. I think they go through a process to reach that level. Are women striving to be in power or
Yeah.
something about based on that? But I think like women also can strive and do
To
the same as what those men are doing in order to have the ability to make decisions for the city or whatever. Are
exactly.
women doing that?
As a matter of fact, I think women are trying very hard, but I'm talking about reality. I'm not talking about what ifs tomorrow. I'm
No,
talking
look.
about today,
Okay.
March
All
8th,
right.
2026. It's
Okay.
a law made by men that they control women's body.
We've
That's
we've
what's
got
happening
we've
today.
got
I'm not
we've
talking
gotten
about
this.
tomorrow. I'm
Look,
talking about
okay.
today.
All right. We can talk about today and make
Let's talk
plans
about
for
today.
tomorrow. No, but
2026.
okay, look, Rose, for the people who lost their lives today, that's unfortunate, but the fact of the matter is we can make plans for how, or we can talk about certain situation that can change for tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, we live in right now, but also we are living tomorrow if we are able to
And what are
see
we seeing?
tomorrow.
And can I ask you, what are we seeing
That's
today?
why I asked that question.
What are we?
That's an irrelevant question because
Okay,
today,
Let me
look.
just say something, please. Can I just say this? Because if men are
only men are on the top. They are the one making decision for women, and they don't know how women feel.
Yeah.
I think it's high time that women also get to that top level in order to make decisions for their fellow women. That's what I'm saying. Because we can complain and cry about it, but if women are not trying to get to that position, because that's the only place that you can change this situation.
True.
Not
True.
just by by talking about it or hating or some that you cannot do anything by that. But if you
Yeah.
have women on the top that can also be in the next with them,
Yeah.
then the way you can make decisions for women.
I
But
think.
if women are always
Yeah.
below without pushing that level up to be up there and make those decisions and fight those men on the top, nothing will change. That's why I'm saying this. That's why I'm asking that question.
Yeah, so Rose, because ideally, Rose, we understand the situation is very frustrating and it's very sad. And we're trying to think about as well the ladies that lost their lives. That's not in my hand, even though I'm a man. I did not decide this rule or this law for you guys. I don't even live in the US, so that's outside of my control. But I do understand your frustration, and we try to think about, okay, then this situation or the solution could be for more women to be active or to get active, to get motivated to do such things, because to find ways to solve this issue. Because again, as you made it clear, is that these men, they are not really thinking about the women lives, that they are not really taken into account, because they're just thinking of it like just no rights to abort. Then they're not really taking all women's issues into account. So then I'm asking you now, because Rose, you've asked a lot of questions. Then what can be done about this from your standpoint, since you're on the ground level?
And in my suggestion, you cannot depend on a patriarchal society or a patriarchal system. The government is a system that's not natural to nature. Women are rhythmic to nature, and in nature, women are the ones who create life. So we should be the ones to decide upon that. You cannot expect a woman to become a government official to change women's rights, because that's something that man created. And let me ask you another question.
No,
What
wait,
are we
wait,
doing
wait,
today?
Rose,
What can we do today?
Rose,
You're
Rose.
being a man,
No, no, no,
interrupting a
wait,
woman. Can you
wait.
please be quiet and let
No,
a woman
no,
talk? No,
no, you
can't, 'cause you're
don't
a
tell.
man.
No, this have nothing. Kristen, Rose, you are okay. It's better that you go, because right now you're trying to turn this on me.
Yeah, that's not how to.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I have
exactly.
to go to.
No,
Maybe I'm not getting it, but
she's
you
angry.
see, we women, we like complaining a lot. We complain a lot. When it comes to giving life, I don't think a man will be educated enough to understand the feeling, to know how it is. I don't
True.
believe that. Even as a woman, my experience is different from my fellow woman's experience. So I cannot speak for other people. If people are losing their lives through this, I'm sorry, that's unfortunate. But I don't think complaints will solve anything. Okay.
Yeah.
For you to make decisions, you have to be in power. How do you get there? Let me try to get there. Maybe when I reach that stage, people will listen to me. Then I will express more and find solutions. I think for me, I think that's the solution for that.
I think
Maybe it's
true.
African mentality,
True.
but I'm sorry.
True, because one thing is for sure. What about countries who actually have the rights, that give women the rights to actually be able to have control over their body, to whether they want to abort or not? They made it happen. That's the reason. But I think at this point she's more mad at me being a man. She's just
I
more mad
understand why
at
she's
men.
angry, but I don't think it's fair for her to be angry at all men.
Exactly.
Just because certain men decided to make that decision.
Exactly.
Like, it's not fair. I don't think it's fair for women to be angry at all
On
men.
men.
Because a group of men decided to make that decision.
Yeah. If you're gonna be angry at all, I never said that you're angry at all men, but you demonstrating it, to be honest, because you're
It
saying,
sounded like she was angry at all men. to
and
be honest.
that's a lady, that's a woman that's telling you this. You won't let me talk? No, you wait. Let me ask you guys this. Hasn't she been able to talk? You're angry at the males in power? You've been able to talk, but at the same time, this is an interaction. The government and all males. Okay, the government is all males? Really? Okay, so you just, yeah. Okay, how are you doing, Nadia? I listen to you talk. Okay, at this point, you come in with too much. What do you call negative energy? How you doing,
I
Nadia?
have that partly the reason that is why I don't believe that we are equal in everyday life, but there's a lot of things that we're not. For instance, when it comes to legislation,
Wait, hold up, Nadia, hold up, Nadia. Your sound quality, I don't know. There's something. It's kind of distorted. Can you?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it
I
again.
have a problem on the microphone. I
Yeah,
think that's what.
that's
All
better.
right,
Yeah, now it's good.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I think that one of the big problems is the fact that in big, and that's everywhere in the world. It's not only in America, but it's women are not taken seriously when it comes to business and are climbing
Okay.
up the ladder.
Okay.
And because of that, sadly, I think that there's a minority of people that of lawmakers that are women. Hence, the reason of why those rules can't be changed. But I think there's also a lot of other ways that women are not treated the same as men. Women are objectified, for instance. Women are treated like we have beauty standards. We have things that we have to, that men ideally look at, that we have to abide to. You know, oh, we have to be curvy, but we have to be skinny. Oh, we have to have long hair, not short hair, etc., etc. There's tons of, and then I think partly of it, in some cases, it's women with low self-esteem that do not help the narrative by selling themselves short. And sadly, that's the world. But to say that we are equal to men, no, we're not equal to men in a lot of things. Trying to climb up the professional ladder is not easy when you're a woman. You can get to a certain level, but to be taken seriously as a woman at a certain point, you have to show a lot of wittiness, a lot more. You have to prove yourself more
Yeah.
than another person to be able to reach that level. So
Okay.
no, I don't think that we're equal in everything.
Okay.
I do not think that domestic violence is treated the right way. I know about abuse, and I volunteered in a shelter, but sadly, those crazy rule about women being violent towards men and men not being able to defend themselves has caused a lot of men to find themselves in jail, find themselves in prison for something that they didn't even start themselves. So, there's, I don't say that all women are crazy, of course not.
No,
But
no.
I'm not saying that it's always man's fault either. So that's my take.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this.
Sorry,
Go.
sorry, bro. I just want to ask what she's talking about. I saw a video of a woman going to abortion clinic to abort the baby while the man is screaming outside not to abort that baby. So, does that is that controlling, or does that the woman have the right to do that? Because both of them make that baby together. So I'm seeing in the comment section some people are saying that the man is controlled, like it's her body, it's her choice. I don't get that. Maybe it's my mentality, but I don't get that. So if she can elaborate on that more, I would like to understand. Well, until this president, abortions until a certain time was allowed in the United States. But you have a lot of Christian groups. Most of the time, they're Christian groups that goes outside and test outside of those clinics to make the woman feel bad and try to make her avoid having an abortion. But yes, men did not have the right at that time when abortions was allowed. They really did not have a say in what can happen. And I mean, it's kind of unfair.
And
Is that right?
and still today, and still up to date.
Well,
Yeah.
they should have Your husband or the person that you made a baby with, that's my conviction that we should be able to have a say
But we
in whether
don't.
or not.
I mean,
Because
a say is like, I understand, Nadia, what you're saying. We should have a say, but at the end of the day, a say versus the choice that is being made is like very different because, I mean,
yes, but
it is different.
why not have sperm donors either? And
We,
then there are some men that truly want to have the baby, and the woman doesn't want to.
yeah,
So just and they can't do nothing about it.
nope,
They're trapped in the decision that the woman is doing. So yeah, I believe that if the two are reasonable, of course, and they're civil between each other, they should be able to sort that out. But women should have, and I said that before, because of all the implication that comes with abortion,
yeah.
women should have a right to decide.
I agree. So okay, let's put it like this. Look. I agree. What about the right? I agree. Women, look. I agree. Women should have the right whether they want to keep or abort the baby. I agree. But should men also have the right whether they want to support that baby? Let's say, for example, child support. Shouldn't they given the right to say, okay, I want to be in that kid's life or not? Nadia.
Oh,
That's the irony there.
that is, I think that's very blurry. I think that sadly, what happens is that people do not check with each other before they have a one night stand.
That's different though. But the question is,
But
if
if it is established that the husband did not want to have the baby and it's forced upon him to have a child, it's kind of a gray area. You have to see.
it's not a gray area because there's something. It's not even the husband.
That's why I have a
It's
question.
yeah,
Can I just
yeah.
now men are going to prison or whatever because they said they don't want to support the baby, they don't care about the baby. And women are
Oh,
walking freely because a man would want to have the baby and they will say, no, it's my body, my choice, and they will abort that baby. So how is that fair? Because at the end of the day, it's for the life of that baby. The men said they are not going to take care of it, and the women say I don't want it, but women are let free, and men are jailed, and I don't know what they do to them because they fail to
To
pay.
pay.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's 1,000 circumstances to really look into when making a decision like that, because
1,000.
that's not the same as another one. If, for instance, you're with a jerk and you have a baby for a jerk, sometimes it's a blessing not to have the guy around.
Oh,
If you don't have
yeah, but I understand, Nadia. I understand. So we're looking at the outliers or the bad apples, but still, that's not always the case that that a woman will sleep with a jerk. The majority of life is not coming from just jerks. It can be coming from a good guy who just
well,
probably who just probably wanted it, who a good guy who probably wanted it or who didn't want it. I mean, that happens also. It's not only happening to jerks, but should
in this case, he needs to put his big pants on and take care of his responsibilities.
okay. You see what you just said. He needs to put his big pants on, so which means he doesn't have no choice. He just have to just go with the flow.
Well, he did participate in making the baby.
Yeah, but again, he cannot say, well, I don't want it, and for her to listen. Even if he says I don't want it, she can still say, oh, whatever. I'm still gonna do it anyway. I'm still gonna have it.
That means the woman is a jerk.
Okay. All right. So, but you understand what I'm saying. You see what I mean,
Yes,
right?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
if he did not want, but that is an agreement that they should have
Sure.
from the beginning of the relationship. That's things that you need to discuss with because if she falls pregnant and that he never had the intent of having a child,
Yeah.
it's not fair to him either.
Yeah.
Especially she didn't leave him a choice. So
Yeah.
in that case, yeah, she's not
Because
the right.
because it's the true of the matter. The reality is there are some people the man can say, okay, well, I don't want to be with you anymore, and she have a baby just to keep him around, and he's like, I did not want to have a baby, so our relationship was gonna be over, but yeah, she had this baby to say, hey, well, we have a baby now, you have to stay with me, and yet he didn't want it, but now because he didn't want the baby, now he's gonna be in child support. So it's like a way to punish the guy. Sometimes we have to be honest, this is reality of life.
It happens a lot
Yeah.
in America, especially where women just count on getting pregnant to I mean, and I'm not saying that's everybody's, you know.
No, of course
that's-
not, it's not everybody.
It's a certain breed of women, but that certain breed of women will just get pregnant just to get child support, and they don't really care about anything else.
They don't care about the men, they care about their, yeah. Yeah, so that's the part that is like,
That's not fair to the men either. No.
yeah, that women have more rights in that sense when it comes to really,
That's not fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that-
Women really have more rights because if they can choose to prolong the life or to end the life, that's a big responsibility that really lies on women's side alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a huge responsibility, a huge decision to have to
Yeah.
think whether or not you're going to make that baby live or die. And I think some people don't think about that way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, regardless, for me, regardless if that women have that huge responsibility, I still think they should have a choice on the matter as
Yeah,
well.
that's-
I still think it's worth it for them to have a choice. But I also think that okay, at that point, it can in a lot of situation, it can be a situation that is not benefiting men. It's just putting men in child support for 18 years, almost like. Yeah, almost like it can even go to a prison sentence.
Yes, but it is.
It is, yeah,
It's a commitment.
yeah,
And it's a commitment they weren't not ready to take.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially the worst part I've heard is when some guys they are on child support, but yet they cannot see the child that they are supporting.
Oh, it happens a lot too.
That sucks.
Yes, it does. But sometimes it's a benediction in disguise for them. Because if they could see the child, she would hold rules hostage for that poor fella.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. too.
Automatically you think it's abusive, but yeah, guys, sometimes our mind automatically goes to the worst case scenario. Granted, so let's say the majority of relationships are not an abusive relationship or not abusive relationship, because if that would be the case, prison would be filled. Because even when I was out in the beginning, I was looking at the domestic violence, domestic abuse statistics, and I can go over it one more time for you guys who are coming in or just coming in, so you can know the statistics. But in different countries, again, keep in mind, different countries is gonna be different. No excuse, of course, there's no excuse for it, but keep in mind, again, this is a general rule. You guys can look at the domestic violence per different relationships, meaning in that sense we have to look at it not just, I do understand if you are a person who is okay, give me a moment, Rose, just now. Thank you for being patient, Rose, we're gonna get to you. So if we look at domestic violence, because today is Women's Day, that we have to look at the different dimensions or different type of relationships that women are in. It can be lesbians relationship, it can be bisexual relationships, and it can be LGBT. It can be in their own, whatever they choose to label it as. But when we look at abuse or violence, did you guys know again that the majority, the biggest area where women are being violated is amongst themselves? Lesbian relationships. Yes, it's Women's Day, not men. Yeah, well, it's Women's Day, not men. What do you mean by that? I mean, at the end of the day, we still deal with each other, and we need to bring, yeah. Okay, so yes, women are passionate. Women can be violent also. That's how we have to be real honest about it. Passionate, men are passionate. Men can be violent, and women can also be violent. Yeah. Okay, how you doing, Rose? Rosie.
Oh, I was waiting for you to unmute my microphone.
Yeah, sure.
But on regards to why a woman would want an abortion, what the other lady was asking about earlier is on a scientific level, there's such things as called ectopic pregnancies, where a woman could become pregnant and the child is attached to the outer side of the uterus. And I'm calling from America. And here in America, I am a licensed funeral director. I deal with the death and signing of death certificates and giving the cause of that death, working with police departments and the medical examiners. So I do know what I'm talking about. While I was in mortuary school, one of our students had an ectopic pregnancy. But I went to school in California, and in the state of California, when Roe versus Wade, since we were talking about rights, that was still enacted. She was able to get an abortion that she needed to save her life. Right now, as we speak, I have friends in Texas who will be signing a death certificate today because a woman will be put in her grave for not being able to get such medical attention. And when I say men, I mean the males in power. We are talking about rights.
Okay.
I'm raising 2 young boys that will grow up to be men. I was also married to a man, and I'm currently living with a man. But since we're talking about rights, I'm talking and referring to the males in power, mostly in government, that they control the rights and legal dualities that are put upon women. And because of those rights that they withhold from women, there are women dying today. And worldwide, not just in America, in other countries, there are males in power that are willing to send other males to use their pee-pee-shaped weapons to kill women and to unalive women and children for their government. And that is mostly all males. Those males make the rights and the rules through the patriarchy that is their system.
Yeah. I understand. Night Super, have a good you too for iPhone me. Yeah, I understand what you mean because it's the males that are in power. And sometimes that can make us think that if all men it's just a men type of way.
It's like I said, it's the men in power.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you guys a little story about my life. I was married to a man who's a Marine. When that Marine decided to use his combat veteran experience to strangle me and try to, get more intimate with me, in other words, I called the police. They were ready to arrest him and put him in jail until I warned them that that male was a Marine with a gun. And you know what the police officers of Fontana, California did? They turned off their body cams and gave me a 1-hour conversation about how I sound like their wife. Because statistically, wives of military members, police members here in America, we are used to being domestically violated by our government. And that includes the males in the society that make an oath to them. And like I said, I am living proof of that. So the male police denied arresting my husband. Instead, I got a conversation. I went to the courthouse. I told the male judge at the U.S. Supreme Court of San Bernardino, California. And you know what he told me? He said, because I do not have a stab wound, I do not have a gunshot wound, and my strangulation wounds are not, in his opinion, enough to give a restraining order, I was denied my request for a restraining order. In fact, that judge actually went against California laws that says every divorce should be 50-50. Instead, he assisted my Marine husband to get 60% of the house and to get 50% legal custody. And because of that, my walking attempted murderer is walking free. And you want to talk about financial? There's different ways to abuse a person. There's physical abuse, there's financial abuse, and here in America, it is very expensive to live. Withholding financial assistance to a woman is putting her in financial abusive prison. It is a life sentence that we have to be covered with. I have 2 children that he pays $450 a month while he is signed to a contract making $40,000 a month in a 6-month period. And that's all completely legal. And if you're going to sit there and tell me that that's fair, I can tell you one thing. Whether a man or a woman consent to sex, there is nothing a woman could possibly do to a man that will ever render your body or put it in danger.
Wait, oh, wait,
Give me
wait.
5 minutes.
No, 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 no,
Tell
no.
you my life
Okay.
story. I'm
Wait.
anemic for
Hold
life
on.
because I
Rose,
gave birth
Rose.
to his son.
No,
I-
Rose, hold on. You're gonna stay because I want to respond to that part afterwards, okay?
Well, I'm anemic for life.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who holds the financial burden of living with the children. He has every right to see his children on the weekends, but he doesn't. You can't chase a man to be in a child's life. And I'm sorry, but $400, $450 a month for a kid doesn't cut it here in the U.S.
I don't think it caught
just
it. No,
doesn't.
it's not enough.
Especially when he's making $40,000 a year. But guess what? He's not breaking any rules. And a woman can't do anything to a man's body that's going to put your body in risk the way that pregnancy does. Here in America, when you're pregnant, you can legally put that you're disabled. You know why? Because I'm a working woman. I'm an all-male considered profession. And 50 years ago, women were not allowed to be funeral directors or morticians. Me being a woman, they are constantly trying to get me to be one of the Northern Stars because almost every man here in America who's a funeral director is also a Freemason, just like all our US presidents are, including George Washington. The Masons is the patriarchal system that oppresses women and uses violence to use against women and children to sustain its power. And the wars that are waging right now is proof of that patriarchal system.
Okay.
So a woman will never be able to enter into that system to make changes because it's not made for us. We
Okay.
are women made from the wild. We're not
Okay.
made to be contained in a man's world to use man's money. So
Okay.
whenever a man uses man-made things to oppress a woman, it is exactly that. It's man-made. This whole money thing, that's man-made. All of that is created by a man, not a woman. Women create life, and men use that against us to oppress us. And that's what's
Not
happening every day.
really. Actually, okay, I understand what you mean, but I understand that could be a situation. I understand. Well, I cannot really, I sympathize with you with your story. So, although I cannot men use life, yeah, I don't know how you mean by that. But when you say there's nothing a woman can do to to put a man's life in danger, yeah, I disagree with that because what about when men are being unalived by women? So that's not danger. I don't know if that's what you meant, Rose.
No, I mean like during pregnancy,
Oh,
when
okay.
we have intercourse with a man, there's nothing that we could do as a woman that puts your life in danger the way that pregnancy puts our lives in danger. Or like for me, I have
Okay,
a long life
okay.
symptoms, illness because of my pregnancy, and I lost so much blood because of it. And that would never happen to a man by sleeping with a woman.
Yeah,
And most
I do
women, and I'm
understand,
also coming
Rose.
from America,
Rose,
where
I do understand.
slaves.
Rose, I do understand. But that part is not our fault, to be honest. I understand what you mean, but it's just
A woman doesn't get
biology.
pregnant on her own, okay? It takes a
No,
man.
but it's not a
And here in
man's. It's
America, the
yeah.
slave owners
It's
impregnate
wait.
the
It
slaves.
takes the man, but it also takes the woman. I'm talking about again. When it's wrong, when it's without consent, that's automatically wrong. Yeah, it's automatically wrong when it's without consent. So that will mean rape. But I'm talking about the normal circumstances. If a man and a woman lay down and they are being intimate, it's a double choice. So he's not doing something to her. It's like they're doing something to each other. They are making love and they are making love. So it's like, is he actually, if she get pregnant, is he doing something negative to her? It's like that's how I'm really trying to understand.
A woman only gets pregnant by a man. So
Yeah.
he's doing something to her because it can only happen with him.
No,
A man
what about
can
women?
get pregnant
What about women
or
who
hold
get
the burden of childbirth or
But-
giving or keeping the kids? That's
Yeah.
a burden only a woman is to bear.
true?
And here in America, like I said, we're just talking about rights. And here in America right now, if a man rapes a woman in Texas, then she does not have the right to abort that baby because that man said so. That's
Really?
what's happening today.
No way.
Really, that's what's happening. Yes, way.
Oh wow, that shouldn't be the case. I mean, I thought it was like in certain situation where they are both.
No,
It's
no,
the-
no.
So there's
And the same
no-
thing
under
goes for
no
ectopic
condition.
pregnancies.
So under
Like I
no
said, my friend
condition.
in California was living in California, and that's why she
It's
was
legal.
allowed to get an abortion for ectopic pregnancy. Today in Texas, a woman cannot. Do
Really?
you understand why I'm so upset? Because I
Yeah,
live here in America,
I get it now.
and if one woman in America or anywhere in the world is being oppressed by a man, no woman has the same rights. Because a man is still the one giving the rights. That's what I'm saying. These men are in so-called power, and the only way that that power is being held is by violence towards women and children. That's it. That's point blank, period. That's the end of the story. That's the patriarchy in a nutshell.
Not really. That's not really. That's a different
Yes,
situation.
really. The only
No,
way
no.
men stay in power is by violating women and impregnating them.
So what
and
about
leaving them
okay?
with the
What
burden of a
about
child is one
Rose?
way to abuse them.
Wait, Rose, what about all the men? You forget about all the men who lost their lives because it's like you're looking at it from one standpoint. What about all the men who lost their
And who did they
lives?
do it for? They did it for a man because there was a man in charge. Like there's a man in charge right now,
They did it.
sending other men to
They
use
do it for a
PhD
lot of
weapons
reasons, not
to
only for.
unalive other men. It's a man in charge of that.
Yeah, they do it for a lot of
Who's
reasons.
president? Who's president? Is it not a male?
Okay, so what is your alternative? There should be you think that if it was a woman, then there wouldn't be any more war? Is that what you think?
I want to say there wouldn't be any more war because men go to war for women. But I can tell you, if women were in power the way men were, we wouldn't be sitting around trying to destroy humanity because we're the ones who create it. You know,
Okay.
it's easier for somebody to walk into an art gallery. Like I love the pictures you have on your back wall because, like I said,
Thank
I'm a
you.
mortician. I look at somebody, and men or women, you all look the same to me when I'm inside of you. When I cut you open, you look the same.
Really?
But
Ooh.
it would be easier for somebody to walk into your house and take those pictures and break them if they're not the ones who created them or appreciate them.
Sure.
Now, I bet you the artists who created those images would have a really hard time walking into your home and not stopping in awe that you took the time to appreciate their art.
Thank
They
you.
wouldn't run up to it and destroy it because they created it.
Yeah.
The same thing with women. We created life. We wouldn't be sitting around plotting how to destroy it the way males
Hey,
are.
no,
But
give her a
since men
chance.
didn't create
Come on.
life, it's easier for them to take it. And they've gotten into other men's head that it's somehow honorable to take another man's life when it's not. And a woman, I believe, who is in power would never tell a man to go destroy another man and call himself a man afterwards.
Yeah.
That is something the patriarchy has declared. That's something that they use because they use violence. They use that to control.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
when men learn that they don't have to listen to another man when he's telling them to destroy or control or dominate, when men can learn from women to nurture and care and create, it could just be a different world. We don't have to hate each other. Men and women, we all have our differences. Like I said, on the inside, we're physically almost biologically the same, but we all have strengths in what you're strong in, I might be weak in, and what I'm strong in, you might be weaker in. And not in that sense, but we all have different talents. We all have different, instead of being against each other, but in a patriarchal world, it's only sustained by putting the woman down. And I just don't feel like women would do that to men because we created you. Why would we do that?
Okay. And okay, all right. Thank you, Rose. No,
What are you talking about?
no. Let's give Knowledge a chance first. We're gonna go up the line. Knowledge.
Please one to Kristen.
Hold it in mind. Keep it in mind. Go on.
As you know that I'm African. I come from Africa. I come from very small village. We have zero divorce. Okay, we have zero crime in our village. We don't have a police. We don't have fire brigade. We don't have anything. Do you know why? Because the woman there is happier, more happier. There is no called right or man right or woman right. We have human right. We always have the same right. Okay. And we know everyone plays roles, and we don't have any contingent mom. It's a shame. It's not. We don't have this kind of stuff in our village, and we don't have someone deep in women. I haven't had that in my life. Okay, we don't have like discrimination. Okay, because you're a man and a woman. Everyone have a role. Everyone have to be in a position. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have like a woman called have high body count. Like she enjoys the 20s and she get married when 75, when she's left over. Okay, that's easy. But when any city, any country, they have a right, whatever. That's what.
Stop, your time is over.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
My time is up. Yeah? Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the right they call it.
Your time is over.
No, wait. Yo.
It's not even benefiting a woman, whatever right you call it, or with the result of it, we see a lot of divorce, a lot of single mom, a lot of crime, and a lot of child raised without that. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. All right. So Big E, Rose or Chrisland is still in the chat. You wanted to ask a question, right? Or do you want to make a statement, Big E?
I just had no claim. I would say that right now, women have more rights than men, but I think that is not that shouldn't be allowed. I think women and men shouldn't have the same rights because they have some differences. Like women should not have the duty to go to war, while men should have it. And yeah, I would say that because they have some differences, they should have those differences and same rights. And yeah, and right now I would say women have more rights than men because they have the same rights as men, but not the bad rights like going to war. And men do also have it much harder than women. Like it's much scarier for men going out at night than for a woman. Yeah, that was my claim.
Okay.
Sam, you can continue. Okay.
Go on, Sam.
No,
Wait.
Super Light.
Yeah.
I like you e-scooter, Ninebot E2 Pro in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. I don't even write it. It's just there. Are you Sam?
First of all, I'm going to say the patriarchy does not exist. Doesn't exist.
Okay.
And also, yeah, I'll repeat what Big E said. It's way scarier for men to walk out at night. We constantly have to worry about being heightened. This is not fair.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is we are in that situation going out at night as men, we have to be worrying about other men because other men can be there's not more violence against each other. We can be very violent against each other. So that's
and they can hide muggles.
Yeah, they can do anything to you. And the night times, it's scary, I understand. And when it comes to what else, Sam?
What?
What else? Okay, what about today's women's right? In what way that you see that you can help women and today's women's right? Because I do understand you say it's scary that men cannot go out because of other men, but that's men to men issues. You understand that? Yeah. So I get it, but let's.
Super Light, you look like this from Megan Lena porn.
What? You have to wait, Big E.
You look like this guy from the Mia Khalifa porn.
Okay, bro. No, bro.
Sorry, bro.
All right. So Sam, what other things that you see that women could, what other rights that you see that women could have? I don't know. Maybe for you, maybe nothing at all. But is there something that you could think of?
What exactly?
In general.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think we have the same rights, but women have more rights. They're
Okay.
privileged by society, and yeah, I'm a victim of the male loneliness epidemic, and I'm just a lone wolf, just sitting alone by a tree. Yeah.
But why? Why though? Why?
Because women don't want me.
Really?
Because it's like do you know what an alpha is?
Yeah.
Alpha male?
Yeah. So you're.
Yeah, I'm kind of that. So I'm just a lone wolf, leader of a wolf pack. It's just
Well, how can you be a lone wolf but you're a leader of a wolf pack? How can you be a lone wolf
Yeah,
but you don't have a pack?
because no one understands me, and all women are evil. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, all
okay.
women are evil except my mom
Mm,
and other moms. But women in this generation, yeah, they're evil.
okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
that's why we should call them voids.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Okay, let me ask you this then. Understand, what would you hope that, okay, you're speaking to a man to man. What would you hope that you, in what way would you want to be understood? Or why would you,
yeah.
yeah,
Like I want them to understand that that I had it really tough because I constantly have to like carry my wolf pack on my back, protect them from the evil world and the
okay,
evil voids or women that they
yeah.
don't get hyped up.
Okay, bro. All right. Okay, Big E, don't type and Dutch. Big E, keep it in English. Sam, you trolling, bro, at this point.
He's definitely trolling.
Yeah, Sam.
Uh,
Yeah.
This is why men didn't have rights, because of like men like Sam who likes to troll.
Small
did,
kid.
did you just say I'm black?
I beg your pardon.
And why did you say I'm black?
Because you are.
Racist.
I know I'm racist.
She's
Why do you hate black people, bro? They did nothing wrong.
Sam, shh, go to sleep, please.
okay. All right. So can I join Ibu? Who are you? I don't know who you are, Ibu. And you don't have a profile picture, so I don't trust you, bro. Yeah, go on.
Sorry.
No, go on, Nadia. You can.
Another way that I thought about the fact that you're not equal is about, it's expected for a woman to be Martha Stewart at home, knowing what to do, cook and clean, and she comes home from work and she's not done. She's got her other job to do as a mom, as a
Sure.
wife.
Sure.
But it is not always for a man to come back from work and to participate in the chores and to help out, make it a teamwork. So both of them are finished at the same time. I mean, and that's enough.
Look at the guy from the spawn with Mia Khalifa.
Bro. Okay.
People have time to troll, wow.
Hi, Fairy Tale.
Sunday evening as well.
Continue. Yeah, Nadia. From what I've captured so far, a purpose given to me. Okay. Trolling is a purpose given to you. So what I've caught on so far is that, yeah, at this point, see, it's like sometimes, let's say, a man and a woman, a family, they have kids. They both will go out to work. The kids will go to school or to how you call this in English? To what do you call this? Where the kids would go to?
Oh, you mean like daycare?
Daycare. Yeah, the kids will go to daycare, and when both of them return to home, the woman's job is still not finished because now she has to take care of her family. She has to cook, do all of these things. Kindergarten. Yes. Yeah. I was thinking of it in Dutch. So, which mean, and the guy could just relax. Is that what you mean, Nadia?
Yes, I mean, obviously there's some good men out there that can do that. There's good men that have that compassion towards the woman. And I think it's a problem with lack of compassion in a way. It's expected in society mentally that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so there's more cases of having that belief system of the woman doing everything and the man relaxing at home than not.
Yeah. Men and women. Yes, I think I'm looking for the section because in this article that came out today as well, they were mentioning this as well for men to be more involved in the family or okay, yeah, it says here, and one of the issues is that for fathers should be encouraged to provide equal support for their children, basically. I think that's what you're referring to, Nadia. For fathers to provide equal support, to not leave it all to them.
Well, I mean, if they're the father, they should be involved. They have a lot to teach to the children. I believe, especially, what for girls it would be how to be a model in terms of what a man it should be, and they have a lot to teach the boys on what a man is supposed to be. Because sadly, in our society, you don't see parents taking the time to teach those things anymore.
Yeah.
And these things are very important, especially if they want to have a functional life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Miss, anything that you'd like to add, something that came to your mind?
I'll be honest. I thought this was gonna be like a nice, all about the ladies to the,
Yeah, right.
ladies put your crown on,
Yeah.
positive.
Dance.
Yeah, dance, shake a leg.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we all have a crown. Like pick it up and put it on your head. Sometimes we put it down.
Oh no, I don't put mine down ever. I sleep with it.
So when you wash your hair, you don't put it down. I put mine down when I wash my hair.
No,
No.
mine doesn't rust or nothing. It's in gold.
Oh no, I give mine a rest sometimes. To be honest,
Yeah.
do you think that's not the right thing to do?
Yeah. So, okay. So when you
I'll give you the brand of my shampoo, right? So it doesn't rust for you anymore.
Yeah. So okay, you see, Miss, still, women trading insider secrets, so she can get the shampoo from Nadia that can
What shampoo is they use, Nadia? What is it called?
household chores, luxury.
Oh, Moroccan oil.
Organ. Is it the Moroccan organ oil shampoo thing?
That's correct. Yes, it works tremendously for your crown. It keeps it shiny too.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Send me a picture when I go and get one.
I will.
Thanks, girl.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie.
I want us to respond to this part. Purge says household chores are luxury compared to what men go through at work. To be honest, that part, I partly agree in terms of, no, I don't really, it depends what work that the man does. If it's physically laboring or hard work that is physically engaging, that I understand somewhat. Because it can be, let's say, for example, if the guy is working in construction or lifting heavy stuff, then that is physically exhausting. But if he's working in an office, or if he's working in like an enclosed environment or air conditioned, or in a situation that is not so physically laboring, he's just using his mind, then that what you just said, Purge, doesn't really compute. It doesn't really add up. I mean, you guys understand what I mean by that? Because he says household chores are a luxury compared to what men go through at work. I say not every job.
Also depends. There's some jobs that are a lot more strenuous.
Yeah.
And they come home and they're literally beat because of what they're doing with the manual labor. But I think what also the problem with me is women have to be a lot of things. She's got to be a nurse. She's got to be a caregiver. She's got to be a cook. She has a lot of different, you would say, assignments or jobs during the day, or when you have children. Then sometimes, sadly, because of society, a man doesn't always, like I said, there's good men out there that will step in and do it, but it's not expected like it is with women.
Yeah, because even in that time, it's like it's like, for example, that time when women are, I mean, still today, there are some women who just basically take care of the household. They take care of the house and also the kids. Then they don't have to go to work. The man is the one that's doing all the working. So in that situation, Nadia, if the man is coming from work, should he at least have some sort of level of leniency and understanding that he doesn't have to do extra work from home? I mean, he should still be involved. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, but that's because he's doing his job and she's doing her job. She's not doing his job anymore.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he comes home, yes, he should be able to relax. And normally she should have everything pretty much wrapped up for the day by the time he comes home, you know, dinner and resting. And yeah, if her duty is to stay home and take care of the children, which is a beautiful job, then you know he doesn't have to come home and scrub the toilets. You know, I mean that's if he can assume working enough that he can take care of his family and that she can stay home. But it's the best because like that, there's always an adult there for the children.
True. All the work, and she does not get to rest. She does not get to rest. Oh, you mean when it comes to the which option, fairy tale, that she doesn't get to rest? If she's a
She means by
homemaker.
like the children and the housework. Obviously, when the partner comes back from work, they will get to, you know, maybe have
Yeah.
a nap or keep his feet up for a little bit and have a little rest.
Yeah.
But the woman is still like doing her work.
Yeah. If she's not getting rest, I find at this part is mismanagement or not communicating enough. Because or not miscommunication. Because if she, you know, if they can organize themselves, they can say, okay, well, after you come from work, you know, I'm gonna be tired. Then you need to step in to take care of the kids, and then or do certain things that is needed to be done so I can take a nap. I think that's, you know, it's all about communication and understanding. She starts before her man and ends when she goes to bed. Yeah, I think all of it has to be with organization and communication.
100%. You have to communicate with your partner, like take turns, who takes over, when and where.
Yes, and
It's like all men are not the same, all women are not the same, you know?
Yeah.
Some women find good men who are like there. Then some men, they might even be doing more than a woman because the woman is just like going out. He might come back from work and then take care of the children. Then she'll get ready and just go out and have fun while the children been at school all day.
Yeah.
And then technically they get back from school, dad comes back from work, then he has to take care of the children, then she's getting ready to go out with her friends.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
All women are not the same, all men are not the same.
Yeah.
so
So
there's some that do that.
somebody said at the end, Sunflower, you said at the end of the day, women all over do not have the same right men have. Okay, what are the rights that men have, Sunflower, that women don't? You can answer it in the
You're the
chat.
sunflower,
Yeah.
you're the sunflower.
Well, so
Sorry.
it's okay. So what are the rights that men have that women don't, Sunflower? And
Men have the rights not to get period, okay? And us women have to like deal with it every month.
Well,
It's not fair.
in Japan, women have for their special week during the month, they have the right to take the time off.
wow, interesting.
And Spain too. Spain just did that.
Oh
recently.
yes, yes, I heard of it. Yes, true. Spain
That's
does
so
that.
cool. I think we should have that right. Like when we come on our period, we do not move a finger, okay?
That's the thing that I would agree with the lady mortician about is that the fact that men are doing most of the rules, but because I can guarantee you that if men had pain like women have during that week, it would not take 2 months for them to find a way to breathe or for work.
Yeah, right. We'll be like, no, not this thing. Okay. Let's guys, brothers. Hey guys, bros. Let's change this. Let's make let's
I used
do
to
something
tease,
different.
my family a lot about. I used to say, there's a special emergency room for men that have a cold, you know, because men are fragile. They get sick and they get really fragile compared to us women that have to
Really,
deal with-
not all. Okay, yes, some men are. I was thinking of the word that comes from a woman that starts with a P, but yeah, I understand, Nadia. Sometimes, amen. But okay, Nadia, let me ask you this: Is it? I hear this a lot sometimes that men can be softies and they all can be fragile. But I'm wondering though, is it because that women go through their monthly cycle and you guys are more prone to pain in a monthly or sometimes on a weekly basis, and that makes you guys tougher, and especially that and then men, we go through this situation maybe once in a while, so when it happens to us it's like, oh, take care of me baby, I'm sick, you know what I mean?
No, because men are just big babies, that's all.
I agree with the fact. I think that we have a higher tolerance to pain than
Pain.
men, and I think it's not and nobody's fault. I think it's part of our physiology where we have to carry babies and
Yeah.
give birth and
Yeah.
have a period and all that men don't have to deal with all that. So yes, when they get a cold or a sore throat or for them it's the end of the world because
Yeah.
they don't have to deal with regular pain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't have to deal with regular pain. But and the other side of this, but it's yeah, on the other side of this is also some men who would, even if they aren't, they can be sick unless they are being dragged on the ground, they're not gonna go see the doctor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are some men,
that
yeah,
that if their arm is not falling off,
yeah,
they'll go to work. There
They'll go
are
to-
men like that, absolutely.
yeah. That's yeah,
Hard-working men, that's what we like, isn't it, Nadia?
No, that's the problem.
Hard-working men.
When it comes to pain, but they're tougher when it comes to work.
to endurance. We can
Yes,
en Yes. Yes. It's like, I mean, I think that the ones who when they are in pain, they let it get through them. It's just like they yeah, I don't yeah. They
Yeah, I have to respect that because everybody's different.
true.
Even the pain tolerance for women is different. Some women they will be crying fast if they have some pain, and other women that just pop it up. So
Yeah.
you can't really I never associated weakness for no how would you say softness and kindness as a sign of weakness. So I believe that our men that are a little bit more fragile when it comes to that. They might
Yeah.
not be more fragile in other aspects of their life.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe during that time they just want to they just want the
They just want a dummy in their mouth and to be rocked to sleep, that's all.
oh, okay. You put it
They
like
want a
this.
dummy, yeah, and they want to be rocked to sleep.
Yeah.
They want to be cuddled.
They want to be cuddled. Yes. They want
They
they
want to be rocked to sleep.
they want to be nurtured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Women don't have that need. If you see in a family, women, boys and girls, you will see that girls are more in tune emotionally, but boys love hugs. They love kisses. They love affection.
I love that as well.
No,
Nadia, what are you talking
actually,
about?
boys, yeah, boys. But when we grew up, that's true. But at the end of the day, yeah, boys they do love that. But when we grew up, it changed. That women wants more affection than men. Than men do.
No, not when you grow up.
The difference is that men are taught not to show compared to women. We always have the freedom to be able to show our emotion, to show how we feel. That man, since you're small, you always have a man figure that tells you, tough it up. You get hurt. Don't cry. Get right back up. Oh, and I think that eventually shapes the man to not be able to be expressive emotionally.
Okay,
So, we still have the
Fa-
same
fairy
need.
tale.
We're not talking about it.
Yeah, fairy tale. You say you don't agree. What is it that you don't agree with? Um, we are expressive. I think the thing of it is that men are expressive. Men are not expressive as women would want men to be expressive as. We emote differently. That's the bottom line. It's just that sometimes women think, okay, well, don't you feel this? Yeah, we feel it, but don't look at us and expect us to feel it the same way that you do. We just feel it in a different way. Or we can feel it and we can just basically keep it inside, but that doesn't mean that we don't feel it.
I think men are more act of service than women are more demonstration of affection. And I think that's also the difference. If a man loves or care, he's going to do things to prove it. He's going to take care of you. He's going to make sure you're okay. It's translated differently when it's men. That's for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, by the way, still is Women's Day, okay? Okay, talk more about women now.
Yeah, okay, sure.
You're the one that put the crown down.
Sure, sure.
I only put my crown down when I go to sleep or when I'm
Yeah.
washing my hair
Think-
because, you know, it's quite, my crown is heavy, babe, you know?
Yeah.
I've got a small head, okay? My crown is heavy.
You have to think, no, you have to think about it this way. What if your house caught on fire?
I'll grab my crown before I leave the house. It's always right next to me. This is the thing. It's always right
But-
next to me.
Okay, so wait. Kepuri, you said that I don't know where you live, but from what I've seen, women are just seen as annoying if they show pain. Really? That's
No, that's not true. Not
Really?
where I live.
not where, I mean,
That's a crybaby. I mean, there's crybabies in men and women.
yes, exactly. I mean, if you're gonna be a crybaby, if anyone that's been a crybaby is gonna be annoying at some point.
I am a crybaby and no one ever gets annoyed with me.
Yeah, I mean,
But you know, you're exceptional.
yeah. You're a unique one.
Because I'm special.
You're special, yes.
I'm a big crybaby.
Yeah. So the
I
when
put
you
my baby voice on.
when when you cry, do you want to be cuddled also?
Right, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course.
I don't like to cry in front of people. I'm different.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know me crying.
Express yourself.
I look terrible when I cry. I think.
It's so ugly when I cry.
Oh my God! Like when.
I look so ugly when I cry.
I look like I had a crib accident when I cry.
When I cry sometimes I'll open my camera to look at myself.
I know, right?
Hey, no way. What?
You know my front camera?
So wait. So you like crying and then you look at yourself, miss,
No, hold your hand up. Hold your hand up closer to your face.
like this,
Closer to your face. That's it. Look at your hand.
like this.
That's me.
Oh wait, that's such a girl thing to do, really. Oh my God, I cannot like. I mean, that's what you do, but I cannot imagine that. Like you crying
I'll
and then.
take pictures. I've actually got pictures of my phone when I'm crying, especially when I'm on my period. When I cry, I take pictures.
Why?
I don't know. It's just for memories.
Okay.
If I take pictures, I would scare people.
Videos. Obviously, I know I will send it to my sisters, right, or to my family, but I'll do videos as well.
I want to see that now.
Nadia, no.
Oh,
So you be trolling your family.
Yeah, on my family group.
my word, that's funny.
On
Yeah.
the family group chat. On the family group chat, everyone will be calling me.
People don't express compassion when they see me crying. I'm so ugly when I cry that people don't even feel bad for me.
No, everyone will call me Nadia. Like my whole group, family group chat, they'll all be calling me. Are you okay? I'm like, I'm just on my period.
Oh, that's funny.
So you send a video. Okay, I'm crying now, y'all. That's funny, Miss.
Yeah,
You're big
it
like
is funny sometimes, but express yourself. Like if I feel like
True.
crying, I'm crying.
True,
If I feel like laughing, I'm laughing.
true. But that's funny. You capture the moment. You have videos of it,
I
pictures
have
of it.
videos and pictures of myself crying, and I look Oh my gosh.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Does
I
anyone
feel
else on here take pictures or videos of themselves while crying, please? Because
yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Or look at okay pictures, videos. Yeah, I'm weak. I'm a weak creation. She has spare crown. Okay, wait. Somebody was saying, I don't know where you live. Okay, she was saying something different I wanted to hear, for us to address. Anybody take pictures? You are the only one, girl. Fairy tale, when you cry,
Fairy tale. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure you do that. She definitely, you know what? She does it. I know she does it. I know she takes pictures and videos when she cries.
fairy tale don't cry.
What do you mean fairy tale don't cry?
Fairy tale,
Yes,
when she
videos,
cries,
yes,
it's
and of
angel
course she
dust.
cries.
Angel dust just fall off. I have cried
No,
while
she
taking a
cries.
picture or video, but no, no, not to show me crying.
Well,
Okay.
you don't send it to your family group chat? No way.
uh,
But then let's be honest, I'm the only one who sends pictures and videos to my family. I've got 5 sisters, right? And I'm the only one who sends the videos and pictures to the family group chat when I'm crying. No, none of my sisters do that.
but I think that's like good because it shows that
I think I'm attention seeker.
you like you know that's like you can bond with them then that way. You know, it's a
No, I think like I'm just an attention seeker sometimes, to be honest.
okay. All right.
And
Well,
I love it because I get all the attention when I do that.
Family?
Sorry?
Are you the baby?
I'm the middle child, babe. Middle child syndrome, okay? I've got that middle child syndrome. I'm seeking, I'm fishing for the attention because I've not had it when I was little.
yeah.
God.
Okay, somebody says in the chat that men have, okay, I think it's you, Sunflower, that men have the right to cheat with no ridicule.
Yes, that's true too.
Okay.
That's true. Man that sleep around are considered playboy. And women that would do the same are considered, I'm not gonna say the word, but we know what the word.
The H word.
Yeah.
Yes.
H-O-E.
Here, because I think that men should be brought to the same standard as women. I'm not saying that women should be brought to the same standard as men, but if it's disgusting for women, it's disgusting for men too.
Okay. All right. Maybe we have one.
Anybody that cheats is nasty. It's not nasty.
The cheating is nothing more than just the act itself. The betrayal part of it is even worse because it's just showing you don't have a conscience.
Yeah.
You have to have an element of psychopathy to be
Yeah, to be a cheater. Yeah. But okay. Yeah, okay. I see. Kepu. Have fun. Now. All right. Thank you for coming through, Fairy Tale. All right, guys. Somebody else said the same person, or somebody else says, all right. See you next time. No bodily autonomy. I don't think. Don't women have bodily autonomy? To be honest,
What does that mean?
basically the ability, control over their bodies.
Do women have control? They can control their bodies.
Yeah. Just yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nadia, would you second that, or you have a different opinion?
Is it somebody from the States?
I'm not sure where she's from. I didn't get. If you're in the chat, can you mention it? Because I believe there are still countries that women don't have no bodily autonomy. They don't have no control over their bodies. It's true.
Yes.
Every woman has control over her body.
Yes, but there's some places in the world where a woman cannot even leave the house by herself. She's got to have her dad or her husband.
No, Fairy Tale. What do you mean? Fairy Tale, don't cry. I think Fairy Tale is gonna be crying.
There's also places where you're forced to dress a certain way, you know. And I think that it's a great thing if you want to dress like that, but if you don't, you shouldn't be imposed to have to dress like that. If that makes any sense.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You don't have love me no more. Oh, you feel you want some love? Fairy tale. Fairy tale. So what about the equal pay? Because we were talking about this earlier, Nadia, in equal pay, but in terms of climbing the corporate ladder, or like, don't
Well,
women get equal pay?
we do now, but you have to hustle a lot more than man to try to get it.
City.
You
True.
you have to basically bluff to try to get it, and then you will be able to get it. It doesn't always come naturally like with men. But what is majorly in business, the big problem is that after a certain stage, it is less and less and less women.
Yeah.
You just don't have, when it comes to leadership or a position of leadership, it happens, but you have to be a hard, to be a woman and being able to be a leader, because you're not taken seriously the same way.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay. I'm wondering if it's okay. I granted not taken seriously, but why women are not taken seriously at a certain level?
because it's the good old boy mentality. I'm gonna promote my buddy that I'll go golfing with. The one that we measure our centimeters together. It's a greater talk, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more at a certain point, even though the woman could be more knowledgeable than the man. It's just women can't buddy up with another man that way, and
Yeah.
so kind of stops everything. And there's a lot of misogynistic men that are leaders. A lot of men that treat women like accessories, or that just presume that she's dumber just because she's a woman. It's sad to say, but it's a fact.
And this is where they go wrong. This is where they underestimate women, to be honest, thinking that they are dumber. That's like,
But then you fight your way. You try to fight your way to it as a woman. They will give you the Karen word or the B word.
yeah.
Oh, you because you don't want to lay flat and accept. Well, you can't. You've got to be a difficult woman.
Yeah, you've got to be a difficult woman. You've got to make it complicated, okay?
Exactly, which is not always the case. I mean, there are women like that, but why?
Make it complicated for them.
Correct.
Guys, it was lovely talking to you all.
Yeah, mate.
Do you guys want to ask me anything before I leave the chat?
Yeah, anything?
Tomorrow?
I might come. Oh, Nadia wants me to come back tomorrow. For you, Nadia, definitely.
No, thank you.
All
So,
right.
like, anything you want to ask me before I leave? I know you're gonna miss me.
Yeah, are you gonna send some are you gonna share, can you share some of these crying videos with with me?
You
I
wanna
wanna
see it?
I wanna get a laugh. I wanna laugh.
Right, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I look funny, but I do look cute at the same time. So you'll feel bad and you'll give me a call, be like, "Are you alright, babe? What happened? Oh my gosh, why are you crying? Who's making you? Who made you cry?"
Yeah, who's making, yeah. But anyway, so well, I mean, the only way I can know that is if I see, so yeah.
Yeah, one day.
All right then. Nice having you around, miss.
Enjoy your evening, everyone. Good night. Don't miss me too much. I know you're all gonna miss me.
Have a
We
good
will. We will. I don't know if I'll sleep tonight. I'll be waiting for her to come.
Don't worry, I'll visit you in your dream, Nadia.
That is awesome.
Good night. Bye.
In front of everyone, have a good night. Yeah. In front of everyone. What do you mean? Like we cool. Yes. I think, yeah, when it comes to that part, Nadia, when some guys are like that, to be honest. They just want to give the opportunities to only their friends they play golf with, or their friends, them basically men. And
Yes.
I do get that. But for me, the way I look at it is the position should be given to the person who's most qualified. That's
I
the,
agree with
yeah.
you. I totally agree. It doesn't matter who they are. As long as they can do the job better
Yeah.
than anybody else, they should have it.
True. That's what it has to be non-binary in terms of, men or women. It's just about just about, okay, you can do the job best, you are more qualified for the job, so here you go. Go for it. But again, yeah, we live in a world where there's, the status quo of yeah, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. So I don't know if that's gonna ever change, but again, I think it's still worth the conversation to bring light, to make it, to let us be known that it's still an issue that women are suffering from, and to be enabled. And even if they try to stand up for their own right to say, hey, I'm more qualified for this position, and then when they are being labeled hard or B or all of these things, then that gotta be thrown out.
I think that the only way that it could really change is if the system was changing from patriarchal to matriarchal. Because if you look at history and for instance, you study Egypt, that was a mainly matriarchal setup. Women had power. Women had they had I would just they were the one that were leading back then in the day. So it was not contested when they made a decision. Why? Because we were considered the one that knew. So
Okay.
in order for that to happen in our society, it would be difficult. Because men would have to say that women know more, and that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I hear you, but I'm asking myself as well as I'm sitting here, then how come Egypt is a relic of the past? It's a situation of the past. It's a society that is an arcade. It's something that is being, how come it didn't be able to stand the test of time, to be able to, still be a civilization up until today? And even saying that we live in a patriarchy, in some countries we do, but in a lot of countries we do live in a matriarchy. And matriarchy, is it, I mean, when you think about patriarchy, is it like you think, what comes to mind, that men lead, or what comes to mind? What is a patriarchy to you?
Yes, men lead. The men are, and for a long time, even when you're talking about legislation, men have all the rights and women didn't. Men had the right to, I think it was 1956 here in the United States, where a woman was able to own a home or own a car. But then it was men only. So,
Yeah. Oh, but we have to be specific though, because at that time it was specific type of men. Because men with my complexion were also not able to own or vote at a certain period of time.
absolutely. Yes, it was, and imagine at the time being a woman and having another complexion.
True.
It
True.
was even more of a problem because until today we all have to surmount the same problem. But having a double whammy, that was a real struggle back then.
No, yeah. Yeah, it was a big struggle. So yeah, they can, but men who can cry like a human show me so much personality. Okay, so let me ask this question then. I don't know, Sunflower, is that what, if that's what you're talking about? Men can talk about it without crying. Should men? Do you? What are your feelings about men who cries, or men who don't cry, Nadia? So I'm talking about crying and men. What are your thoughts about that?
It has to do with the upbringing, I think, personally. There are men that are taught that it's painful to cry, which I don't agree with. But at the same time, I understand why a parent would want to create a person that needs to protect his family and handle his emotions the right way. I mean, a good parent will teach his son, to be tough, but he's going to teach his son to protect his family. He's going to teach his son to not to have self-restriction when it comes to better emotion. Because obviously, if a man hits you, it's not going to be the same as a woman hitting you. You know, you'll have a head thing. So I think that all of those are playing a role in how a man display emotions. But I do not think that a man should be forbidden to express his emotions. It's not conductive to anything good at the end.
Yeah.
To bottle things up, to not being able to express how you feel. There's no shame in crying, and there's no shame in expressing how you feel. You don't want to be on overboard, definitely not, because I would not know what to do with a person that cries more than me. But I'm saying it's healthy to be able to express your emotions, and I think there's a lot of men that have a lot of things bottled up. That's why you have so many men that do bad things, because were never able to find an outlet or a way to express themselves on what they were going through.
Okay. Would you agree or disagree that men and women express their emotions or have different outlets that they use to express their emotions?
Absolutely, yes.
So, yeah, yeah. Because it could be, for example, for women, maybe that crying is part of the process, or it could be the end of the process or part of the process. Maybe for men, it's not the same. It depends on the circumstance, because if, like, probably if he lost his family, someone that he truly loved, then crying is, yeah, tears falling out of his eyes. This is is granted, but there are other ways that a man also find ways to actually, productive ways that he can process his emotion without crying.
Some men, when they're upset, they want to play sport. They want to be out there. They want to work out. A lot of men fight depression with working out and bodybuilding and all kinds of different things, because it raises their dopamine level, and it really does help them surmount what they're going through. So yeah, everybody has different outlet, but I think it's healthy to have one.
Sure. That's what it is. It's healthy to have one. So, I mean, don't expect a man to cry. And sometimes some people will say if they see a man who never cried, then it's toxic. Then I mean, like, okay, so you saying what is toxic because you don't like it, or because if it's working out for him, if it's not doing anything that is harming anybody, then if it works, then what's the problem? But some people just want to say something is toxic because they don't like it, or they want it to be done the way that they see it should be done. That's a different situation.
Yeah, women have a tendency to think that expect the same reactions from men than women.
Yeah.
And that's part of how we are. That's why you have those expressions where the man is like, "How would I have known?" And you answer, "Well, it was implied." And the man is thinking to himself, "Well, I wasn't a psychic. You know what you were thinking." Because women just they're thinking and they're doing things the same way, and so that the result is going to be the same without any communication.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work that way. Men are very different.
Yeah, exactly. It's like men are from Mars and women are from Venus. We are very different, and I don't think it's bad and is a ill will or is a ill intent when women think or feel that men should react or emote the same way that they do. But it's just that, like, you have to, when it goes bad is when they expect that or they want that, but at the same time, if they don't get it, that they paint it as toxic. That's where it goes wrong. But it should be that, okay, I mean, just like women, women wants to be able to freely express themselves, then you have to also expect or allow men to be able to freely express himself. We're talking about it with all things being safe and healthy, communicating and find ways that can make the process work. And I mean, at the end of the day, again, we have to keep in mind we are different. What might work for you might not work for me in terms of the way that we share or show our emotions. And luckily, we have communication that can help us to connect. That's a big part of it. So, any last words, last thoughts, Nadia?
Well, it's a great day. It's Women's Day. I wish it was Women's Year. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a little selfish here, but it's not. It's nice to have a day for us. I had a few messages from my girls. You know, wishing you a happy Women's Day. So I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there is a lot of things that can be worked on
True.
both sides, I think. But it's
Yeah.
nice to have that kind of debates because that's how you can learn what another person is expecting
Yeah.
of you.
And that's how we can learn what are the real issues, because today one of the real issue that Rose was talking about, which I find is really a big issue, a problem, that these men who are in power and they are not understanding or paying attention to these women who are having this ectopic pregnancy, which is when the fetus, the same type of pregnancy you are talking about, or when they have these abortions and they're not fully, the abortion process hasn't fully been completed, and that can create situation when they become unalive. That's a real problem right there.
And it happens. I mean, I should tell you that I had mentioned something about it before she came on, and she's a mortician, so she sees people that dies from it.
Yeah.
And to even address the situation, it means that there has to be a real problem.
Sure. So that's why I was trying to ask her, because at this point, just like you guys have also said, this day also is a moment that women understand what the problems that they are dealing with, and also to find ways to get themselves into power to be able to solve these issues that they are specifically only can understand the ramification or the depth of what it is and what it's causing to them. And as you guys said, a lot of the time, some men, they don't really think about it like this, even though they can be their fathers, their relatives who are in power. But again, maybe they might not be able to have these sort of sensitivities to understand, or to lend their ears to understand the situation what women go through, and this very serious situation, because it's a life or death situation in that case. But again, thinking of solution, only women can change that situation, that problem. So I would really urge that women who live in these areas, let's say for example it was Texas, I believe, right? Nadia, she said.
Problem here in South Carolina.
And South Carolina also.
Yes, we do have a lot of the red states have the same rule, the same laws. So anything underneath the Bible Belt. So anything south, usually will have the same kind of rules.
Okay. Oh yes. So the south of the southern part of the U.S. You need to discern the difference between social and political and realize feminism is needed. Yes, we're not arguing against it. We're not arguing against feminism. I think it's necessary. Feminism is good. How are you doing, Kami? Okay, last comment.
It's one of the right things.
So
You have to have a balance, I think.
yeah, there needs to be a balance. True. I agree with that, because one thing for sure, we don't want the scale to be leaning too much and to a point where men become oppressed at this point. Then it's like you're working for something good, but at the same time it turns into something terrible.
And put everybody in the same bag. I mean,
Yeah.
there are very good and decent men out there, but if you tilt too much in it, you go to the extreme, then you start hating men.
Yeah. And when that happens, then it become a whole toxic situation to the men's world, sister. I don't think it's a man's world. I think it's a man and women's world. Uh, I do understand in some countries men are in charge, but at the end of the day, like you have to understand, there are some countries that men have a hard power, but women also have soft power, the power to actually motivate their men, or motivate their sons or their husbands
When you
to
look at it from
to
the
fight for
bottom
them.
yeah, but when you look at it at the end, it is the duty of women because women are raising boys. So how can you teach a man to be more receptive towards women and show compassion towards women is by giving that to them, teaching them that.
Exactly.
Teaching them.
Yep. Yeah, because it is said, and I believe that also, that women are the first teacher of society, of culture. So I mean, at the end of the day, you really have to rewind life and think about, okay, if you want a different outcome when it comes to how men respond to the women, or how they fight for or support the needs of women, then you have to start from the very beginning.
Correct.
Yeah. So the age of consent in Afghanistan is 9. Well, that's terrible. Is that really true though?
Yes, it is true.
That's
There's a lot of
terrible.
documentaries about young little girls being offered.
It's expecting, so yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's
Yes.
crazy if it's true. Yeah, that's crazy. Like
I'm
seriously?
so happy that men that act like that or make those choices, they are pedophiles.
Yeah.
They are not men that do that choice are not men. There is no man out there that wants to be with a woman that's so petite that she looks like a child or
Yeah.
is a child.
I mean, it's not local, it's a child.
Yes, it roots from pedophilia.
Yeah. So you think all women on this planet have rights? Nope, I don't think that. Yeah, it's yeah.
Sadly.
Yes, sadly. Yeah, well, unfortunately, the world is not a perfect place, but again, daily we can fight, we can work on things that we see, the problems that we see, and to try to find solutions to them. And I think that's what makes life interesting as well, because think about 60 years ago, 50 years ago, even 40 years ago, the rights that women have right now, the freedom was not there. But so which means things are progressing, changes are taking place. So which means, we are in the right movement.
Very true.
Yeah. So
Remove the women that are naked on those cars on the calendars and those Playboy girls.
really?
That ruins the reputation of all women out there.
Yeah, well, don't talk to me about that, Nadia, because I mean, like, I'm being honest here. I'm being honest. Yeah.
You
Sheesh.
say that, but if it was your little sister or your mom, you wouldn't be too cool about it.
Yeah. That's a good point, but because I often wonder that though, because I wonder, okay, how would I feel if it was my mom who was on this? I don't know, because it's hard for me to actually, I can think about it, but it's hard for me to actually, empathize with it because it's not happening to me, of course. But, but what would be the alternatives though? Because at the end of the day, men, these are things that are created for men. It's how can that be an alternative?
Morally, a woman when she does that does not respect herself. Morally, if you're ready to show up and show yourself as a piece of meat at the butcher, and then you wonder why men are not taking you seriously, or you're wondering why men think you're easy. Well, those are the reason why.
Okay.
Because you tell them that that's what you are. There was a sketch with Dave Chappelle that was talking about um, women that are dressed badly, and the sketch was about him going to hit on them and them saying, "Well, I look like one, but I'm not one."
One,
He said,
yeah.
"Imagine if a man was dressed as a police officer in the middle of the street and there's an emergency and someone runs to him and say, 'Help, police officer, help!' And he's gonna say, 'Well, I'm dressed like a police officer, but I'm not one.'" So, you know,
Yeah,
that's
it's confusing. It's confusing. That's the confusion. That's the confusion part for me when I find that it's like it's just plain confusion because like okay, you wanna be like this, but to be perceived. Granted, you can, but at the end of the day, there are still stigma that there are still prejudgment that we all have in our minds, you know. So I mean,
and it has to do with also not wanting to have to prove to anyone who we are. That's the thing. Oh, you want to show that you're a good catch, so you show half your body. You show things that you should only be showing as a person,
yeah,
but you show it to everybody.
to everyone. But
Exactly. Isn't that somehow a lack of self-esteem?
and isn't that, I mean, if you're saying that you're special, what's so special about you if everybody can see what you have though?
Correct. Correct.
I mean, the price. I mean, when we look at value, and in terms of value, when we think about what is most valuable things, it is valuable because not everyone can get it or have access to it or can see it even.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what makes it unique. There's no man out there that wants to have the idea that he's sharing the woman he loves with even the eyes of everybody else.
Yeah.
You're gonna say, well, it's not true. Some men like that, but a real man doesn't want eyes wandering like that on this woman. He doesn't want he wants to feel that there is something special that only him can have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, some people will argue against that, but I find it's dishonest when some people argue against that because it's like saying, okay, well, you have your preference. I have my preference, so do you have your preference, but for some reason my preference is bad, but your preference is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like men's preference. Oh, it's your preference as a man doesn't really matter. But you know what matters? My preference as a woman.
Yes. Yes. And I don't judge. Women can dress and do whatever they want. However, I live by those standards. That's what I chose to do.
Okay, Ken, I have a question for you. So what's the purpose of your comment? Why do you put that comment here? Woman is valuable when a man needs to work to get her and put the ring today is easy and lost. Okay, well, that's another right women do not have. What is that right? Okay, wait, let me see. What's right? Some people grow up very religious, so that means showing more than the acceptable amount of skin. But okay, I mean, we have to be honest here. Can men and women have all be equal all over the board? So have the same rights all over the board. So let's say, for example, when a woman just is there's paternity leave when also nowadays and some countries they do have it also for men. But when a woman just giving birth, she has the ability in some countries to go on paternity. And you even said, Nadia, in Spain and Japan, when women are going through their monthly cycle, they have the ability to take days off from their job. I mean, as a man, I mean, I wouldn't want, we don't have to go through motions to actually have that privilege, if you know, for lack of a better word. I mean, I
Yes.
think that's
So so it's
yeah,
a different. It's true that it can't be the same for women and men.
yeah,
It can't be because we're different. We're two different species.
yeah. Men and women lost. So, okay. I mean, well, I'm trying to understand what do you mean, sunflower, because lost is always gonna be there as long as we have men and women, or even even women and women and men and men. But it's how we actually deal with it or how we manage ourselves. The other right, okay. No woman loss isn't even close to men, but you connect to men more affectionate. I wouldn't know about, I wouldn't say that, to be honest. Women's loss is not even close to men. So you say men are more lustful than women at certain ages, because there are different, as men and women, we go through different cycles depending on our where we are in life. So yeah.
Yes, but overall, you, I do think that men are a little bit more lustful than women.
Okay.
You can be the brightest man on the planet, and you can be duped by a woman or drop all your senses and your smarts for the right woman. You don't really have that the other way around where a woman wouldn't do that. But you have a lot of women that are man's spitfall.
Yeah. So that part, sometimes I'm like wondering, is it because as you, just like you said, sometimes a man can be the strongest man, even when we look at the Bible or some stories of great kingdoms that have been demolished or taken down because of the loss of men, because men choose. You know what I mean, Nadia?
Yes, absolutely. Samson
Samson.
in the Bible, for
Yeah.
instance, but
Yeah.
I mean, it happens to any man. The men that have a lot of power, a lot of money, that are very smart, and sadly, they fall on the wrong woman, and then they become a mess. It happens. It happens a lot, and
Yeah.
So I think that man, but that's because man has that want of procreation. They're wired differently than women. So
Yeah.
obviously they will have that shallowness and that lust into them more than women, because that's what they need to do. So that's why we're inside of them.
But is it lost though, or is it the desire to connect? Because let's say, for example, is it lost? Because lost, okay, when we think about loss, do we think about just the act of being intimate? What comes, what?
I think that's lust. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, let's say okay, the guy is the lust. Okay, how long does lust can last? So let's say for example, a guy he meets a woman, he's lustful over that woman, and
Depends on the man. Some man it's after the first time. Some man it's after a week. Some man it's after a month. Eventually that doesn't last.
Yeah.
The lust is,
yes, it doesn't last. So I mean, if a man, okay, let's say he's lustful and I mean, there's chances that he can lose everything with his loss. It depends on, yeah. Yeah, but he can be tricked. He can be tricked. Basically, he can be tricked. Yes, that's true. Yeah. All right, I'll have to think further about that, because he can be tricked to say, okay, well, the woman can say, well, he did this while he didn't do it, or she can make false claim, or she could, yeah,
She could seduce him just for his pocketbook.
for his pocketbook. Yeah, that's true.
That happens all the time, sadly. But it does happen.
Right.
And men you have some successful men that have tons of money, and they go through marriages and marriages and marriages because they always find a woman that wants them for the wrong reason, and they're too dumb to see it.
True. Yeah, that's I wonder that so much.
You know, when I say dumb to see it, I'm not saying that they lack intelligence. I'm saying that the moment that certain things kicks in, it breaks their IQ, literally.
Yes, that's so messed up though. Like, I'm wondering if it's because we are so and so like, what is it? Is it because we come from a woman? That's why we have that eternal weakness when it comes to a woman. You know what I mean, Nadia?
Like I said, I think men are wired to procreate. They are wired. That's what they're meant to do. That's why certain civilization have men that can marry multiple women, because it's within them to be wired a certain way. And so, yeah, and it's sad. You might have even friends like that. They're awesome men. They're awesome friends, but they're weak when it comes to women.
Yeah, yeah, they're weak. Yeah, sheesh. Yeah, most men are weak to women when it comes. To be honest, most men.
It's true, but there's a level of weakness. There's some men that can still use their brains and sort things out, you know, and there's other men that just completely become,
They are
you
weak.
know,
Yeah, they're under her spell. She's like,
yeah,
go to the right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
And
yeah,
sometimes
infatuated.
yeah, and sometimes the girl is not even pretty. The girl is not pretty, or the girl is not smart. The girl is sloppy. It happens. It's just their discernment that they would have for 1,000 other things is not
Yeah,
working at that level.
yeah, exactly. After how many looks do you do? I don't get it. Do you do? Yeah. Well, one part about it as well is that sometimes what is this something I can't remember what is this the right name for this, but there's sometimes as men we fall in love with our own imagination of what we want idealistically of what we want that woman to be. So this is the most scariest one. If you are men here, this is the most scariest one. Basically, is that you can make yourself weak by making yourself weak with your own imagination. You have to be, that's why you have to be really mindful and make sure that you love the right. That's the thing.
It shows that men think about intimacy many times during the day compared to women, much more than women during the day. So,
Yeah, true.
I bought you something already.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. And yet we have, I mean, most of us, if not, yeah, and yet we have a lot of self-control because if we didn't, sheesh, it would be messed up. To get lost and ask for forgiveness and look away. Oh, is that what you mean? Okay, after how how many looks do you do to get lost and ask for forgiveness and look away? First look. Do you understand what she means, Nadia?
Yes, in Islam, you're not supposed to be looking. You're not even supposed to be touching. You're not supposed to be shaking hands with the opposite sex. So in Islam, you're not supposed to be looking at a person as to or even think about.
That's difficult though. That thing that I understand the looks, the senses. I mean, you think, yeah, it's also a sense, but the looking part, the touching parts are easy, but not thinking. Huh.
But that's why they create the concept of burqas and hijab, and to be able to not incite lust into men. Because women are considered to be responsible for how the men feel. So, women will want to cover themselves so they're not activating that part of.
If that's even possible. Nadia,
Yes.
if that's I don't know how is that because yeah, because our minds gonna adapt. Our mind's gonna be like, okay, what about her voice now? What about her smell? What about
Well, when my daughter's grandparents, they were in Oman for a few years, and she, when she came back, she would tell me that women just changed their sandals so they wouldn't be identified on the street.
the what? To do what?
They would change their sandals, not to be. It didn't stop them that they had, that they were covered. So what they would do is that they would just change their sandals. They would have a set of sandals in their bag. They would leave with a pair of sandals and come back with the same pair of sandals and change the sandals on the street.
Yeah.
Because that was the only thing that they could be recognized by.
Yeah. Well, that's
That didn't stop man, obviously.
yeah, because at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, even after that, the men still can adapt because we are a creature of not just habits but also we can adapt as men and women. But I think the women is still the
Then the wrist might be charming. Or the foot. There's some people that like feet. So
Yeah.
maybe you don't see the person anymore, but you like the feet of that person.
maybe that feet fetish came alive from these areas and then for some reason it just dispersed in these in the West. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't claim that, but it's a possibility. I don't know.
If they are lustful, they don't care. A lot of relationships started because of lust.
That is in general. That's true. When they don't, yeah. When it's not lustful, but there's men that has no standard when it comes to women. That's sad to say, but there are men like that. Not obviously a few, not all men, but yeah, there are men that don't.
Okay. All right. So okay. Well, that's the general rule. All right, ladies and gents, it was nice. I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of your Sunday. And again, Women's Rights Day. I think we've been able to talk about some of the things that are missing. And ladies, some things we men can find solution for you, and other things that you have to just put some elbow in it, push the guys away, say, hey, I'm fighting for this because this is important for women in general. I think it was a good show.
It was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nadia, for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, guys, I'm gonna put you in the chat, Nadia. We'll talk later. All right, guys, let me see. But for me, it's usually one-sided dealing with lustful Jezebel people. Okay, I understand. Have a good day for you all. All right, have a great day, y'all. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Are you doing more? Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Okay. All right. Peace out. You're welcome, Sunflower. Peace out. Guys, like and follow. And,